we are going to continue with our lectures on sort. So we are going to be going straight to some examples. You can watch the previous video for the introduction. So we stop at where we have to deal with conjugates, where we have the sword in the denominator, right? We have discussed this. We have also discussed addition. We have discussed rationalization when we have a single variable. For instance, if we have this in the denominator is not allowed, right? So what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to use what we get in the denominator and multiply it in the numerator and the denominator, and that's why you're having root 13 all over root 13. So when you take it to the next step here, you're gonna have root 13 all over square root of 13 squared, right? And that's how you're left with this. So we're going to continue straight to where we have, like I promised, we have in the denominator, it is not only one, right? So you're supposed to multiply here by the conjugate. Now multiplying by the conjugate simply means we multiply this particular with 1 minus square root of 2 all over 1 minus square root of what? Of 2. Now we know that by so doing we are going to eliminate the square root sign in the denominator. So what we're going to be left with is going to be 1 minus square root of 2 upon 1 multiplied by 1, like we did earlier on, is going to give us 1. 1 multiplied by minus 2 is going to give us minus root 2, right? Similarly, we have root 2 multiplied by 1, we're going to get positive root 2, then root 2 and root 2, we're going to get negative root 2 all squared, which this can cancel out. We are left with this, and this can cancel out because we have minus root 2 plus root 2. So we are left with 1 minus root 2 all over what? 1 minus 2, which is negative 1, which this can be the same thing as saying negative 1 plus root 2. As simple as that. Now, that is what you have here. Can you see the steps? The steps are clear enough. Can you see them? We have them here, and here. Good. Now similarly, we're going to be rationalizing this. So you see this concept is still the same. We only have root 5 rather minus root 3 in the denominator. What's the conjugate? You just change this negation in the middle to positive sign. So we multiply. Similarly, 1 multiplied by root 5, we get root 5. 1 multiplied by root 3, we get root 3. Then we multiply out the conjugate with the denominator. We have root 5 multiplied by root 5, which is this. Now the steps still remain the same. Here you're going to have root 5 plus root 2, root 3 upon, then what are you going to get here? You have root 5 squared, root 5 all squared minus root 3, root 5 multiplied by root 3 plus root 5 multiplied by root 3, then minus, you now have minus square root of 3 all squared, which will just give you 3. You see, this will give you 3, while this will give you 5. So 5 minus 3 is what gave you these 2 over here. Good. Now, when you have this or this, you can write them as perfect squared and continue. Now, similarly, I want to give you some application of sword, right? Some application of sword. Remember, you can apply sword when you're dealing with triangles. Triangles, right angle triangles. You can, when you're dealing with sword, remember the right angle triangle, you can use it to solve right angle triangles, right? Then you can use it to solve trigonometry. You can use it in solving trigonometry.